Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am David Swallow, bringing you another 5-minute game review. On today's agenda, we will be reviewing Century Spice Road. Century Spice Road enlists you as the player to take up this illustrious trade of spice trading. You will become a merchant trying to buy and sell your spices to purchase illustrious estates, showing off your wealth and renown in the land. On your turn, you may only use one of the following actions. You may play a card from your hand. You may purchase one of these estates. You could pick up for free from the action card road. Or you may pick up all used cards into your hand to play at a later date. Due to the really quick nature of this game, I love it as it allows basically no downtime between turns. Each turn consists probably of 10 to 15 seconds. You might have a little bit longer when you get stumped when a card you want gets taken by another player. Speaking of another player, this game is 2 to 5 players. I've found it really fun playing 2 players, and 4 players has been still a little bit chaotic. Your reasoning behind cards changes a lot, as a lot of the time the fight for the cards gets taken from another player and you have to try and rearrange your strategy very often. Whereas in 2-player, you're watching your opponent quite closely and you can try and build your strategy against them or a little bit separate to play a little bit, almost a solo variant against each other. In this game, you will be buying spices with these cards. On each card, there's only 3 different things you can do with each card. First card allows you to get some spices, or you may trade spices up a few rarity. This card specifically says you may trade 2 spices up 1 rarity or 1 spice up to 2 rarities. And finally, on the last style card is you may convert that many spices variant of spice. So this one says 2 yellows into a. Over on the side, you have your rarity of spices: yellow, red, green, brown. And as indicated on these point value cards, brown is being the most luxurious of the spices, as it's a lot harder to trade and get for, and they will earn you the most points. Whereas green and red will get you about a mid-range, whereas yellow and red will earn you the lowest value points in the game. And I think this is where a lot of your strategy comes in. You want to try and get these lower point cards and finish the game faster before some other players might go for these higher point cards, which are worth more, but they take a little bit more of an effort to get there. Or do you want to try and go for this mid-range build where you can, on the fly, change to either cheaper cards or go for more of the expensive cards? Do I want to convert my yellow cubes into a red and green, for example, and then use that green to convert into multiple reds, or convert a green into red and multiple yellows so I can continue doing that stuff? Or even if once I get to that green, convert these yellows to red, to browns, and I can stick around in the group where if I need to go for these cheap ones or these moderate ones, it's able to just seamlessly transition into the cards. I think that's where a lot of the fun comes from this game, is just adapting on the fly and it being so easy to pick up and play. And I use this game as a gateway game for a lot of my friends to just jump on in, to get put into this new world, and not necessarily that sci-fi fantasy realm which puts some people off, but to put this in the spice trading realm where these cards are vibrant. The artwork on these cards is wonderful. You've got the colors, they just pop from these cards. You have these little containers that comes with the game that hold all of your spices quite well. These coins are well made. They feel great in your hands. I love Century Spice Road, and I believe this should almost be a must-have in a lot of collections, as how easy it is to pick up and play and to bring a lot of new people in, while still retaining the strategy needed to become better than other players. Sometimes people will just go for combinations that might not necessarily work as they're trying to figure out the game. So there is a style to it, and if you do like Splendor, I highly recommend you picking up Century Spice Road. So for me, it is a must purchase in any gateway game. So thank you very much for watching a 5-minute review, and I hope to see you all next time.